Hi there, this is Shoe Rainer on the Shoe Rainer Drawing School, and today I'm going to show you how to paint this Formula 1 kind of racing car, and I've shown you how to draw it. This is the painting section. Let's not talk about it anymore. Let's just do it. Okay, well this looks a bit different to how it normally is. This is on my light table, so all the light is actually coming through the paper. You'll have seen me drawing this. I've got put the link up here to my previous video if you haven't seen it. Or where shall I put it? I'll put the link up there to my previous video in case you haven't seen it. I'm now putting another sheet of paper. I'm putting watercolor paper over the top, and I'm going to start drawing over the top of this in ink. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to turn off. I'm going to speed this up, and maybe give a commentary while I do it. Okay, so I'll see you in a moment. Okay, well I know some of you are going to go, oh, he's tracing, but I'm a commercial artist and that's what we do. And Leonardo da Vinci, he copied and traced. In fact, that's what original cartoon is. It's a kind of a tracing from the original sketch to the final painting. Okay, welcome back to real time, and let's see what we can do. I think I'm going to start off mostly with greys. Now this is I don't use black. I really don't like the sort of black in watercolour sets. If you've got black in your watercolour set, throw it out now. And, I just think I need to do a little bit, something like that. Black just makes everything dirty in a watercolour set. Remember always that basically what you are doing is a transparency. If you I don't know, you don't see transparencies like you used to because you use digital film. But if you think of, right, you may have seen, you know, the old-fashioned photos that used to get slides, transparencies, whatever you call them, and they were kind of transparent, and you shone the light through them and projected them up on the wall. Okay, it's kind of like photographic negatives. You don't see those anymore either, do you? Anyway, so the white paper is like the light shining from a projector, and it's shining up towards you, right? And what you are doing is putting thin washes of colour over the top, and if you put black on there, it just makes it muddy, because you know the white part is kind of representing the light, and black represents the dark, and you're just kind of defeating what it is you're trying to do. Okay, so what you're really wanting is lots of lovely light shades of colour, which you then build up bit by bit. Okay, we're going to call that the track, and I'll just put some kind of sort of motion marks in while I'm using that colour. And I'm also going to use this for the tyres. And I'm kind of making this up as I'm going along. I haven't actually painted this, I haven't practiced this, so we'll see what happens. And you'll see I'm going to leave little bits of white unpainted. It's kind of where the joins are, as it were. So I'm going to kind of go around there, and I'm sort of painting this quite loosely, quite freely, so that I don't want you to feel that, you know, it's got to be perfect. It's and then here I'm just adding a bit of more sort of solid colour in, and just kind of dropping it in while it's wet, and then it will, while it's still wet, it will kind of fade and dissipate into the rest of it and make it look kind of more three-dimensional. And while it's wet, you can work it to get these kind of effects. Watercolor is it's kind of, you know, what you give kids, isn't it? Watercolor is probably the hardest medium to master. Painting in oil paints and things is a doddle. You just slap it on and see what happens. Okay, what I'm going to do is also I'm going to put that in there as a kind of the shading on the air intake part there. I'm going to think about if there are any other kind of darker areas, and I'm going to just fill those in a bit. Now I'm going to be putting red on top of this, but I'm just kind of making this kind of the shading, so it's just a bit darker on this side, and I think maybe I'll do something like that up the side there, and that will create a bit of shadow behind. I think you got all that motor gubbins around the back there. Might put a bit of something like that. Okay, and then also we got the visor, haven't we? So we could probably do the visor like that. Okay. Sometimes it's best not to paint and just to leave a gap, and that's where the light will come through and give you that lighting effect. What am I trying to say? I don't know. I'm just going to do that. Right, I'll get my trusty hairdryer, which you've seen many times on these videos. If you haven't, then go and see all my other videos and you'll see my hairdryer appears quite frequently. I missed them lying down there, obviously. And so, as I was saying in my previous video, I'm sorry I haven't been doing many videos recently. I've been trying to keep up on Draw Stuff Real Easy. With really quick ones, so if you're desperate for a fix, go see those. They are very simple drawings. But at the moment I'm doing kind of tools, which is kind of Father's Day things, and this is kind of, I'm doing this really because of Father's Day, and you might want to be doing something for Father's Day. I'm going to make that a bit darker there. Right, I shouldn't have done it. I'm going to put a little bit of shading in around there. And we're going to want to get on with some red now, and probably yellow. So actually I can do the yellow while that's drawing. My yellow is very messy because I mixed it with green. So let's put some yellow into these kind of spaces there like that. Doing the yellow band around there, maybe like that. Yellow in there, yellow there. Well, let's have that yellow, and that could be yellow too. Get those bits dry. That's one of the things about watercolour. Sometimes you work on it while it's dry, and sometimes you work on it while it's wet. And so when you want it to be dry and you're in a hurry, then there's nothing quite like a hairdryer for getting it nice and dry. Now I'm mixing up a really kind of, it's really orange at the moment, and I'm going to put there's trailing edges there like that, and then I'm going to leave a gap behind it, and you can immediately see that kind of makes it look shiny. Okay, so all the time think about where the shiny part is going to be, and then don't paint that bit. And we can have a slight edge around there, and then that would be shiny on the top. And now that I've painted over the bottom bit, you can see that's kind of produced a shadow within the red. And again, we probably want a bit of a shine on there like that. And there's probably a bit of an angle kind of shine there. And then as I come around here, I'm being careful not to go right up to that black line, because that's where I'm going to want to have a bit of a shine again, and then put that on his helmet. I'm going to have that around there, and I'm not going to go right to the edge there because I want a bit of a shine on the back too. Let's carry on painting around here, just fill that in there. And there's probably a bit of something on there. Right, now I'm running out of paint, but I can make this slightly darker coming around the side here, not quite so orangey, and I'll go right into there, and then around here I'm going to just leave that little bit of whiteness there as a kind of highlight. Oh, I should have left a bit more there as well. So, but I've got the clock ticking, and I can feel since it's 8 minutes. It's quite a long time already. So again, bit there. Right. Now while it's kind of wet, I'm going to get a darker red. I'm going to get more of a kind of vermilion in there and just kind of drop that into there. And while it's wet again, then I can use that to kind of let the paint kind of drip into the colour and suffuse. Does that make any kind of sense? I know what I'm talking about because I've kind of been doing it for years, and I just kind of trust the paint now, really. I think it's like with everything else, it's practice, practice, practice. If you want to get good with paint, you just got to keep working at it. Make that a bit more red around there. That'd be a bit more coming in down there. And I want it to be a bit darker up here. Something like that, I should think. Oh, I've forgotten all about those bits underneath. There we go. And well, we're coming up to 10 minutes. Well, I'm going to call that it, really. I mean, it kind of gives you a kind of a feel and a bit more of a shadow underneath there that you want, really, and to get that speed, that feeling of speed, you might want to put some bits coming in and some more there. You see, I can carry on with this for the next half hour, but I don't really have that kind of time. Sadly, I'm sorry. And I think I'm going to have to say that that's pretty well it for this lesson. So, you might want a bit more kind of shading underneath there like that, because that will be darker, and that will be... and this could go on and on forever. And I'm not going to let it. I think that could do with a bit more darkness. Just dropped in there like that as well. So there you go. That shows you how to colour in a Formula 1 kind of racing car. You can put all your logos and things in there. You've got the time. I haven't. But I think if you did that for your dad for a birthday card, I think if he's into Formula 1 racing, he might hate Formula 1 racing, in which case he won't appreciate it at all. Go and draw him a spanner from Draw Stuff Real Easy. That's my other channel. Yeah, just keep painting, keep practicing, and I'll see you next time. You take care now. Bye.